Just let me know when it starts.
It starts.
Okay, hi, I'm at the USTA National Tennis Center. I just came here to inquire about programs for tennis training, and I'm here with my friend, and we decided it'd be a good time and spot to shoot a video, so here we go.
Yeah, so you were here about a year ago, and now you're here again.
Yeah,
So what's changed?
I've gotten better. I've gotten stronger, I've gotten more focused. All things that have occurred over the course of time through continually pushing myself and refining my process of living and refining my process of working at tennis. So I've always wanted to be a tennis pro, but like with all dreams that people have that are unlikely to happen, you allow it to slip away. And I guess I'm really stubborn because I'm still back at it here and asking about programs and trying to train. And if I don't, make it as a pro, that's okay. I really just want to play. I want to play and get as good as I possibly can. I respect tennis as an art and as a sport, as an action. And if I could spend my whole life doing it, I'd be happy to do it. And I think my resolve has increased in the last few years. I think my maturity has increased, my respect for my body, and by respect I mean respect in terms of being able to do what it needs to take care of it. When you really respect something, you look after it well. Like if you respect like your house, you're generally going to take better care of it rather than to allow it to fall apart. And I'm willing to take all the steps necessary in terms of stretching, diet, exercise to preserve my body and make it function as well as it can so that I can do tennis as best as I can and just about everything else.
So what's next?
Well, I got some information about programs and I will be looking into them and then hopefully joining in on some group play, some group lessons. And we'll see, nonetheless, regardless of the tennis center itself, I'm training a lot anyway, like I live in Orlando and there's a lot of tennis courts, there are a lot of players, there are a lot of instructions you can get on YouTube. There are a lot of ways to make things work without necessarily needing external structures behind you at every step. Like the Williams sisters, for example, they would play for hours and hours and hours in dangerous areas of LA when they were growing up. And the balls that they used began to lose felt. So a tennis ball is like a rubber ball with yellow or green felt around it. The felt went away and they just kept using the same balls. It was just pure hard work. And I think since I knew what tennis was, Serena was number one or around number one, and today in 2019 she's top 3 or something. She was a Wimbledon finalist. I mean, the work ethic they have is amazing, and they made it work without any advantages given to them. So if they can do it, I know I can work as hard as I can to do what I need to do.
Is there anything that's holding you back? If so, what is that?
Well, there's a financial aspect. I don't have the money to get as much training as I would like. Like if you're, and the thing is, like, advantages stack on top of advantages. So a lot of touring professionals, they struggle for a long time, even making ends meet. They need to pay for their hotels and then pay for their travel, and they make whatever earnings they make don't necessarily sustain them, or they might. It's a struggle, right? But then once you actually begin winning bigger league matches, the money that a lot of these pros make, like Kei Nishikori, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, Williams, they can get anything. They get preferential treatment with their hotels from the standpoint of, like, they always know what hotel they're going to go to. They're going to, they might not even need to pay for it because of their name brand, right? They can get whatever coaching they want, whatever food, whatever diet, and that's a good thing. They're able to put their money to work to allow them to keep doing stuff. But for people who are just starting, it's actually really difficult. It's important to note, though, that all those people that I mentioned, most of them at least, they were in this position when they were younger than me, obviously. But they didn't have money, but or good money at least, but they made it work anyway. And now they're in this position where they don't need to worry. So what's holding me back? Money is there, and I think there's an aspect of belief. I don't truly believe it. Like, I'm 27. You know what I mean? Like, Federer won the U.S. Open when he was 27. That was the last time he won. He hasn't won in a decade. You know, who am I to say that I can be a pro? You know, I don't know. I'm crazy, I guess. I'm following a dream. But this is what I love, you know? So, again, it's not necessarily about being pro, it's about getting good, but maybe I just need to just abandon everything else and jump into this. I don't know. But here I am at the USTA Center making inquiries.
So on a lighter note, what is your favorite type of court to play on?
I like clay court. I mean, I like hard court the best, honestly, probably. I grew up on that. 99% of my tennis for 12, 14, 15 years has been on hard. You know, I love the American hard courts. I love fast shots, but I like clay a lot. They say it's better on the joints. I don't notice the difference. I don't, you know, they both feel the same to me. Like, I don't get joint pain regardless of what I play on, but I think clay is fun. It's fun to slide around. It's fun to have these really long rallies that don't end because the ball bounces so high and it's so slow. It forces you to become tactical. It forces you to, you know, really play the game in a way that you can't do if you're just blasting shots on a hard court. So I would always like to play on a clay court. And I always like to get really low. And like really low, like Nadal level
Oh, you have
low.
to.
Well, I try to get super low and then just hit like a lot of topspin. It's fun. It's fun. It's not my ideal way of playing, but I like the clay a